Hey, it's Jamie Scrimger. When I became a stepmom, I quickly realized that while moms are encouraged to keep it real, there's a big double standard when it comes to stepmoms. So I decided to start the conversation myself. Thriving as a stepmom doesn't just come from conversations about being a stepmom, though. Here we dive into marriage, relationships, personal growth, and more. My mission? Inspire you to live a kick-ass life while bringing you along as I create my own. This is the Kick-Ass Stepmom Podcast. Hello. Welcome to the Kick-Ass Stepmom Podcast. Guys, this is an episode that I did not expect to be recording. And I have something to share that I did not expect to be sharing. It is a decision that I did not see coming. But when it came to me, it felt really right. So there is so much going on in my world right now. Life is full, like capital F-U-L-L. Full of a lot of great things, full of some stressors, full of opportunities, like full. And you know, this platform really has grown and evolved with me and with this community, and it's grown into so many things. And I have so many dreams and ideas for what I want this to become. But God, there is just not enough time in the day right now. And I am scrambling. I'm scrambling to get everything done. And I don't have the bandwidth to do all the things that I want to do. And it's a really hard thing as someone who is a high achiever and someone who's a bit of a perfectionist and who has all of these big dreams. It's really hard to admit that you don't have the bandwidth to do all the things that you want to do. And lately, I've been just trying to do so many things. And when you're trying to do so many things, you end up doing a lot of things half-ass. Or if you're a perfectionist like me, you do them well, but you also burn yourself out. Now, I've talked a bit about this on a past episode, but I recently went to a functional doctor and had all of my hormones tested, and the results were crazy. But then when I processed the results and everything that I learned, they weren't that surprising. And I guess I'm going to sum it up by saying that my doctor, Dr. Sarah, she's amazing, told me that my body is basically burnt toast. Physically burnt out, cortisol out of whack, also referred to as adrenal fatigue due to chronic long-term exposure to stress. She was like, basically, you are surviving on anxiety and coffee. And then, you know, the episode that I did a few podcasts ago with Meg Golightly of Go Simplified, so she is an expert on decluttering and the psychology behind decluttering, it really hit me. And she was talking about stress and clutter and mental clutter and how it's not always a bunch of bad things that stress us out. Like, stress doesn't have to be bad. Sometimes there can be a bunch of good things going on, but it does just come down to bandwidth in our capacity. And for me, it really has come down to bandwidth. So I have to take a load off for a bit. It is hard for me to do this or even say this because in the content creating space, it's all about being consistent and showing up every day and never missing a week. And what I'm about to say goes against all the rules that all the experts say. But, you know, that's kind of what this platform is about, right? Being the expert on your own life, doing what feels right for you and your family, and not feeling like you need to do things exactly how everyone else thinks that you should. Anyway, I know this is probably super annoying. You're like, just freaking say it, Jamie. So I'm going to freaking say it. I'm going to press pause on the podcast for a bit. And it pains me to say this because we've had so much great momentum, so many great sponsors, so many amazing guests. Like, the conversations are next level. But I know in my heart that this is the right move, and it's temporary. I have a new project that I'm taking on that I'll be able to share more about in December. And I'm, again, working on taking the membership, the Kick-Ass Stepmom community, to the next level with the new app. And I want to be able to put all of my resources into that because it has the impact to change so many stepmoms' lives. And plus, you know, I need to heal my body and get all of that back on track. So I'm taking a break from the podcast. I'm pressing pause. And part of me wants to say to you for how long, but I don't really know right now. Like, I kind of have an idea. I'm pretty confident when this is going to be relaunched, but I do want to take some time to see what's next and really just mull this over before I publicly commit to anything. So here's the deal. I am still going to be doing my thing. You can still follow along on Instagram. I'm still coaching and running the membership. I have a free live masterclass for stepmoms coming up on October 4th. It's basically for stepmoms who want to redefine their stepmom experience and create some major change in their step-family dynamic, which I will link in the show notes. So I got all the stuff still going on. I'm still coaching, still showing up, still supporting stepmoms. It's just going to be in a bit of a different capacity, scaled back for a bit. And if you want to stay in the loop and get my weekly emails, which I am about to revamp as well, you can subscribe at jamiescrimgeour.com/subscribe, and you will be the first to know what's up with the podcast. So again, guys, still showing up in the membership, the Kick-Ass Stepmom community, with office hours and live calls and the interviews with experts and all the things. But the weekly episodes of the Kick-Ass Stepmom podcast are on a bit of a hiatus. I do have to say I am so incredibly grateful for every one of you, everyone who shows up and listens every week, who shares with the stepmoms in their life, who've left reviews and ratings and messaged me in my DMs and joined the membership. Like, this community really does blow my mind. But I know that pressing pause is the best thing for this community as a whole, because I know there's so much power in pressing pause and taking space and regrouping when you want to do something big. So I'm going to keep doing my thing over here, and I will be back. And if you want to stay in touch, hop on my email list, jamiescrimgeour.com/subscribe. Come hang out in the membership. You can stay updated on all the latest. I love you guys so much, and I will be back soon. That's it for this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this episode and know someone that it would resonate with, do me a favor and send it their way. And if you haven't already, head on over to iTunes and give the show a rating and a review. I am so passionate about opening up the conversation about blended family life and debunking the stigma that comes with being a stepmom. And you sharing this podcast helps me do just that. Now, if you're craving more podcast episodes and interviews, would like to connect with me and get access to workshops like how to disengage the right way, how to improve your relationship with your stepkids, how to talk to your partner about your stepfamily stress without causing a big arse fight, and more, you have to check out my membership, the Kick-Ass Stepmom community. Not only will this community give you access to strategies and tips to improve your stepfamily life, you can connect with me and stepmoms from over 30 countries around the world in our private chat and our live Q&As. Head to www.kickassstepmom.com to join.